So today I want to talk about gossiping in the hair salon and how it's ruining the natural hair industry, like seriously. My name is Jocelyn. If this is your first scope with me, my name is Jocelyn. I am a natural hairstylist, licensed cosmetologist, and a natural hair blogger. So I like to talk about things from both perspectives of a professional standpoint and a consumer standpoint, and I really like it to be interactive. So if you guys have any comments, input, please put them in the comments. Talk to me. I'm not just here talking to myself, I hope. So how it's ruining the industry. First of all, I'm licensed too. Yes, having a license is great. So first, what is gossip, right? Because I think so we're all on the same page. According to Webster, gossip is defined as idle talk or rumors, especially about the personal or private affairs of others. And I would just define it also as talking about someone or something with malicious or ill intentions, right? So that's the definition of gossip. It's not necessarily sharing a personal story about somebody as a case study to show like my client went from this state to this state, but for those purposes you may want to get the permission from your client that you're going to talk about, right? I'm not sitting here on a high horse or anything. Like, I've never gossiped in my life because I'm a woman. It's just naturally what we do, sadly, kind of. So, you know, I'm trying to change the conversation and change the perspective of African-American Black-owned salons, right? So why is it bad? Why is gossiping in the salon bad? Because more often, I don't know, have you guys ever been to a salon where they've gossiped before? Like, is that something that happens whenever you go to the salon? In my experience, every time I've gone to a Black-owned salon, they've gossiped. Even when I was in school, they gossiped. It's more often than not toxic. It's very toxic. So, like Michelle said, I think you said you're from Philadelphia. I rarely go, so Denise said it's a big turnoff. It's a really big turnoff. But here's why it's bad. It's bad all around because it can get back to the person. Absolutely, I didn't even write that down, but it can definitely get back to the person. But there's two things that I really want to touch on. One is that it breaks the trust. It's a sin. Yeah, it breaks the trust, right? So if somebody is going to you, I'm picky on where I go. When I do go, I don't listen to gossip. Yeah. But number one, it's breaking the trust. So if someone's coming to you to get their hair done, what you're wanting them to open up to you about what's going on in their life, what's stressing them, what hair issues they may be having. And stylists, we naturally are like therapists for a lot of women because your experience in the salon should be like an escape. So if somebody's coming to you expressing all of their issues, what's going on in their personal life, how things may be weighing them down, and you then go turn around and talk to somebody that just because they don't know them, you don't know how it can get back to them and how it can affect them. And if it does get back to them, it's going to break their trust. And if, like, I only have one chair here, but if you're in a salon and there's other people and chairs next to you listening to what you're talking about, you're breaking the trust because they feel like I'm going to tell you my information and then you're going to go turn around and tell it to whoever else comes in your chair, right? So it's completely breaks the trust, and then you don't have people wanting to come get their hair done that really need their hair done. So it breaks the trust, number one. And then number two, like, I forgot, I didn't catch your name, but you just said it causes negative energy. And I'm really big on energy, especially with my locks. Yeah, if they gossip to you, they gossip about you, exactly. But I'm really big on energy. Like, energy transfers to people, just interacting, touching personal space. I don't even have to touch your hair. If you're in my space, I'm getting your energy, right? So if you are going to be standing over my head talking bad about somebody or somebody's situation, you are transferring that negativity to me directly in my head. I don't want that energy. So you're just gonna just put a bunch of negativity into somebody that should be coming into a positive space. Our hair, for centuries in our culture, it is a spiritual experience. Yeah, positive vibes only, right? Our hair is a very, very spiritual thing, being force, right? So if you are standing over my head with a bunch of negativity, you are just not building me up. So if that's the experience you've had in a salon, or if you're a stylist and this is something you commonly do, I'm not jabbing you. I want to help you. And I want to say that there are solutions. There's ways you can turn it around. You can get that trust back. You can put the positive vibes back into your salon, right? So I wanted to offer some solutions. Number one is to play positive music. Me personally, right here, I have my TV on usually when I have my clients here. I put on Pandora. The Kindred Family Soul station on Pandora is amazing. Pandora is free. It plays a lot of positive vibes, from like old school to gospel to smooth jazz, R&B. So it's real positive. So the music is positive, the vibes will be positive. People are often smiling, they're jamming to things that don't have a lot of cussing in them, and they don't kind of bring them down. Yeah, smooth jazz is really nice when you get your hair done. And no personal calls too, yeah, because if you gossip on the phone, that's another thing. I think that's just totally rude. Like, I try to keep my phone on silent. I stopped going to someone before because she only talked about everybody in her failing marriage. I hate when people gossip while doing my hair, talking too much and taking off too much hair. Yep, because they're distracted, and also as stylists, we have to kind of turn on our ears and shut our mouths. I know a lot of people want to talk and want to find out what's going on with you, but what I learned in cosmetology school recently is that even though somebody may ask a personal question about you, try to flip it and ask it about them, so that they're talking to you, you're kind of soothing them. It's about the client, it's not about you. Yeah, taking off too much hair, just, talking too much, being distracted. That's what gossiping distracts you too. It distracts you from your purpose, distracts you from positivity, right? So try to always talk positive. At number two, if you have a TV in your salon where you're not playing music like I do, so if you have like a sound system, but if you have visual information, play positive TV shows, put on positive movies. Don't play Love and Hip Hop or anything that's kind of bringing down our community. Sure, it's entertaining, it's entertainment. I like watching Love and Hip Hop sometimes. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm above anybody else. It's entertaining, but that's not what needs to happen in the salon, right? Because there's nothing positive coming from that. It's all a bunch of acting and half-naked women and people doing things that they really shouldn't be doing. Just point blank. So put on positive TV shows, positive movies. I like to put on documentaries because I like to share a lot of information about their health. So I put on documentaries that I enjoy watching, that I want to share with my clients, because a lot of my services are a couple of hours. So why not watch something that will educate you and not bring you down, right? You want things that are going to build you up. And if you're somebody that doesn't have music or doesn't have TV, or your clients just likes to come and relax and not do anything, offer positive books, positive magazines. So I like to put a lot of educational books for people to read about hair, things that I use for study materials, for research for me. I let my clients read it and look at it, ask me questions, read about their hair. I want them to learn. They can read something and then talk to me about it, and then that's how we can have positive educational conversations. Yeah, this is my salon here, right here. But yeah, have lots of positive books and things around so people can feel uplifted. Good magazines too. And so those are three things that I feel like can make your area, your the vibes positive while you're getting your hair done. But a lot of you said that you guys had negative experiences in salons. So I'm gonna ask that if you ever had a negative experience, or going forward, if you ever have a negative experience in the salon, consumers or clients, talk to your stylist. Sure, you may not feel like you want to go back to them ever because they cut off too much of your hair, or they were talking on their phone, or they were gossiping, but we're never going to learn as professionals, and stylists in our industry is never going to grow if we don't just take the time to rebuild. So just kindly give that feedback, whether it's, you know, straight to the mouth, like, you were talking while you were doing my hair, you cut off too much hair, I didn't like your vibes, you need to change. Or if it's a, you know, I really appreciated your service, there was just a few things I didn't like, and it was this, this, and this, so because of that I won't be coming to you anymore, but I do appreciate you for that haircut or whatever you got. Give feedback so that way people can grow. No one's ever going to change or learn if they don't know they're even messing up. So if people are just not coming back, they're just like, oh, well, maybe they're just going on YouTube, or they're knocking you, when in reality you need to be checking them. So give feedback. And if you are a stylist, if you work in a salon, me personally, I think salon meetings are great. So even if you're at a booth rent salon where everyone's like doing their own thing and you're just collecting rent, meet with your stylist. I think if I or when I get my own salon, I'm gonna meet with my stylist at least once a week, just to make sure everyone's on the same page. Everyone knows like what is expected of them from the salon as a whole, because a salon is a collective, regardless if you are an individual renter or not. It's still a collective brand, right? So have a meeting, make sure nobody's gossiping. I even tip when I'm not happy. I just never go back. I should speak up. Yeah, definitely. I feel like we need to have the conversation with the stylist, with the professional, or just talk to the salon owner, right? Also, if you own a salon, put some signs up. Doesn't have to say don't gossip. You can say positive vibes only. So if somebody's talking bad about somebody and they look up and see a sign that says positive vibes only, that might shift their mindset. It might shift the way they are communicating, right? So you can be creative with it. And stylists, if your client is the one that's doing the negativity, don't in your chair say, oh, you need to shut up, or, you know, stop talking, like, you know, kind of keep it positive. Always try to shift the conversation into a positive light. And then once that client leaves, give them a call and let them know, like, you know, this salon really doesn't support gossip or anything like that, so I appreciate it if next time we just, you know, keep our conversations in a more positive direction, right? Or if the stylist, or if the client feels offended by that, just say, you know, maybe I'm not the stylist for you, because at the end of the day, there's space for everybody. There's a stylist for everyone. There's a client for everyone. So you can't always please everybody. It's just the fact of the matter. So, you know, pick and choose your battles, include positive vibes where you can, and you know, let's get our industry back. Let's make the experience with a black-owned stylist, black-owned business, or natural hair professional a positive one, and get the money circulating back in our community. So that was just, you know, a few tips, a few points that I wanted to talk about, because I just feel like gossip was one of the things that is really big. It's another turn off about why the community, natural hair community, is not trusting stylists, black-owned stylists. And your points, your conversation really highlighted it and reinforced it. So I really appreciate you guys interacting with me and joining me for this Periscope. If you guys didn't invite your followers, you can still do that after the scope has ended, or after you watched it. If you feel like this was a message that needs to be shared with your followers, with people that you may know. And I really appreciate it, because I'm trying to uplift our community. I'm trying to bridge that gap between the professional and the consumer, because guys need professional advice. There's a reason why we have licensure for natural hair, or hair in general. Professionals are necessary. YouTube is not the answer all the time. Sometimes there's some really good points, but not all the time. So that's just why, that's what I'm trying to do here, and I really appreciate you guys sharing, appreciate the hearts, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you. Oh, you guys, I'm a natural hair blogger at curlynewgrowth.com. That's curlynewgrowth.com. So check it out. Lots of tips, advice, tutorials, products, and it's just awesome because, you know, I write there. Have a good night, guys, and a happy week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.